here going live, and let me double check Instagram. See if we're live on Instagram. Well, I hope so. I hope it's working over on Instagram. It is the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy to have you here. Um, I am working in my new remote office. I have a new remote office that I'm really excited about. It's my auntie's house, so it helps. Helps to switch things up. And where I live, a lot of restaurants and cafes and that are actually not open on Monday. So is because I do that too, to break it up and get out of the house and that. So just really excited. It is a new month, new quarter. That means same goals, right? And for some of you might be new goals, right? But it's a new quarter, right? And I follow the 90-day year, okay? The 12-week year. What does that mean? It means I tend to focus more on quarterly goals than annually goals. So that's why I posted earlier, Happy New Year, right? Because it is technically a new year if you follow that philosophy of the 12-week year, of the 90-day year. Y'all hold on one second. Move this stool so I can kick my feet up. So I can kick my feet up. Okay. So I follow the 90-day, I was going to say 90-day rule. I follow the 90-day year. So that means I move in quarters, because the whole idea is that you can really make drastic change in your life in just 90 days. It's incredible what you can do and what you can actually accomplish with focus and an action plan in just 90 days. Okay. That is how I've been able to sell, hundreds of thousands of dollars in skincare, in my own courses and products, is by focusing on 90 days of action. And so that is actually also what I work with my clients on. Also, is what are we going to focus on for the next 90 days? It's never about just this month. It's never about just this moment. So let me check something here. I want to make sure I share this into my group over on Facebook. So if you are new here, drop a 1 in the comments. Let me know that you're not new, that you're new here. I would love to shout you out. Love to shout you out. So let me know if you're new here with a 1. If you've been here before, drop a 2. I like to shout y'all out too. Okay, so we are live everywhere we're supposed to be. Okay. So the 90-day year. So you set your goals, and what I like to do is, if you have an annual goal, right? So what you want to do is you want to take that annual goal and break it down into 4, because there are 4 quarters in a year, right? So it could either be 90 days, it could be 3 months, it could be 12 weeks. You could just block that off on the calendar and write those dates down, right? So if you're developing that action plan, that is what you would do, is you would write those dates down, and then you write down what your goals are for that period, right? For that time period. So if it's 50,000, if it's 30,000, whatever it is, you can write that down, and then you actually turn that into quarterly goals. Okay. So you take that quarterly goal, you can even do it by the day, right? You can say, if your goal is, say, 10,000, let me just get this shared real quick. Okay. So you break that down. Okay. So say your goal is 10,000 for the month, right? Actually, let's do by the quarter. Okay. So if your goal is 10,000, I'm sorry, say it's 30,000 for the quarter, right? It's real easy, that math, right? Divide that by 3 and that's 10,000 per month, okay? If you're doing it on a day, like days, right? So 30,000 divided by 90, add a 0. So that was just a little too much for my brain. So that's about $334 for the day, okay? And I have a training where I actually teach all of this, right? So you'd basically be looking at $334 each day that you need to generate in cash flow or revenue, because revenue equals cash flow. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to hold that up so you can see that. Okay. So if your goal is 30,000 for the quarter, that's 10,000 each month for June, July, not June, for July, August, and September, $334 in revenue. Okay. So it's real easy with DBA because DBA is $111. Okay. So that basically means you need to sell, your goal is to sell 3 DBA per day. Okay. To sell 3 of those per day. But those aren't the only kind of goals that you want to have for the quarter, right? Your goals might be you want to improve your health, right? So how are you going to improve your health? Okay. So it could be I'm going to walk 3 miles each week. Okay. It could be I'm going to walk for 30 minutes 3 times each week, right? It could be I'm going to eliminate sugar. Okay. It could be, I've done this one where I drank turmeric water every day for a month. Right. So whatever it is that you want to do, it could be you're going to go to the gym. It could be you're going to drink 3 bottles of water every day. So you don't want to just focus on like money goals, right? You want to focus on totality goals, right? The whole person. So your health and your wellness. It could be that you want to spend more time with your family. Well, you don't want it, if you just say you want to spend more time with your family, that's not really enough, right? You got to get a little deeper than that. So it could be every Sunday, I'm going to have dinner with my family, or I'm going to call my family member every week, this date and this time, right? And I know some people are like, well, that's just like, why you got to do all that? Well, here's why, okay? Because if you don't get that specific with it, you're just not going to do it, right? And the other thing that's really important with your goals for your 90-day year is to actually write them down. You need to actually write your goals down, because when you write them down, that's when something magical tends to happen, right? And it's about holding yourself accountable. But when you write things down, like I have written things down and completely forgotten about it and found it later and like, oh my God, I actually did that. I did what I said I was going to do. Okay. So, like in DBA, there is a budgeting module, right? So you may have a goal of saving. So if you make $30,000, you may say you want to save 10% of that, which is $3,000, right? And you also should be setting aside for the IRS too, for your quarterly taxes with a $30,000 per quarter goals. Okay. So you want to save 30, you want to have $33,000 in your savings at the end of the 90 days. Okay. So how are you going to do that? You go to the budgeting module in DBA, Digital Boss Academy, and there you will find how to do the budgeting. Okay. Let me pull it up. Let me see if I can show it on the screen. You won't be able to see it over here, but y'all will be able to see it where I am streaming. 7 p.m. Friday, 95 degrees. Okay, so let's present my screen. Okay. All right, so you can see all of the modules here. You can see there's a Start Here module. That is where you're going to learn all of the legalities of Digital Boss Academy, what you can and cannot do. Digital Boss Academy is an MRR program. That's Master Resale Rights. That means that you can resell it, okay? But you cannot make any material changes to it. Now, the PLR, which is private label rights that you can customize and rebrand and sell, you can make changes to. So that's why it's important when it says start here. Reading is fundamental. We have to be able to follow instructions, right? You attract what you are. If you're a person who doesn't follow instructions, you're going to attract people who don't follow instructions, and you're going to hate your life when you are selling things to the public and working with the public. You will completely hate your life if you don't have discipline, if you don't have organization, and if you can't, read, if you don't read and follow instructions. I don't say that to be mean. I just say that to be real. Okay. So you go to Start Here. Then there's other modules: Set Up Your Store, the Millionaire Mindset, Build a Bomb Brand. The Build a Bomb Brand module itself is worth $997. So to pay $111 for DBA is nothing based on the value of what is actually in this community. Okay. Build a Bomb Brand, she put her foot in that. And that is spoken as a 32-year-old. I have a 32-year-old daughter. As a 32-year sales and marketing veteran, double master's degree, bachelor's degree, marketing and Spanish. Okay, so that is someone who has built literal sales machines of teams. Like, I've hired and promoted and developed some of the best people in their field, and they all have very lucrative careers still to this day, right? So learning the digital marketing skill set, right? So down here, you can see the Budgeting Like a Boss module, and there's like budgeting your income, right? So, and it tells you everything that you need, right? So you can learn budgeting in Digital Boss Academy. And then there is also a part 2. So there's video instruction, and then there are also supporting materials as well. So DBA is actually a community that has done for you products in there. There is a vault of content. There is a vault of done for you products that you can market and rebrand and sell yourself. But DBA, there are 2 volumes to it right now. If you join right now, you can still get volume 1, and you will get volume 2 for free. However, that is going to be closing sometime this afternoon, and you're going to have to pay for volume 2, which is actually going to, for volume 1 and volume 2 will be $333. Or if you get volume 1 and then say you want to step up and you want to upgrade to volume 2, it would be $111 for volume 1, and then you'd have to pay $222 to add on volume 2. So the best thing to do is to jump in now. Okay, jump in now, because here's the thing about DBA. What DBA is going to do is it's going to give you the essentials. It's going to teach you the fundamentals of business, right? Like budgeting, okay? Like credit, right? Like, understanding and improving both your personal credit and even establishing business credit. It's going to teach you business formation, but it's also going to teach you marketing, okay? You're going to get the millionaire mindset. Being an entrepreneur ain't for the weak. Being an entrepreneur is not for the weak at all, okay? Being an entrepreneur is not for the weak. You have to have resilience. You have to have fortitude. You have to believe in yourself when nobody else believes in you. You have to believe in your dream when nobody else believes in your dream. There are days where you're going to work so hard and there's going to feel like nothing is moving, nothing is happening for you. And then there are going to be days where, you might make $1,000 before your feet even hit the floor in the morning. So it all balances out, but it can take some time before any of that happens. And that is why building your mindset is not optional. You'll have to build your mindset. And it's not a one-time thing. You have to build it daily. And that is why I love that this program includes a prayer call Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So you can see that here, morning prayer call with Mel B, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are Midwest, that is 6 a.m. in out. Actually, I think, is there a 3-hour difference between Is there a 3 hour difference between? I think there's a 3 hour difference between East Coast and Pacific. I think I messed up on a thing. Let me see, what time is it in LA right now? No, Los Angeles. Los Angeles. It's 8:25. So that's 2 hours. Yeah, so there's a 3 hour difference between the West Coast and the East Coast. Okay, my bad. I made a mistake. I'm getting old. Okay. So anyway, you need that millionaire mindset. So everything you need to, it's not just about, because a lot of people like to say this. They want to think that it's just about, buying a course to sell the course. If you could see my screen right now, which I'm going to show you here, you can see, oops, I'll click the thing. Yeah, y'all, I'm always doing that. Well, nope. Let's go back here to the classroom. Okay, you can see those green bars. I've actually gone through this content. Okay, I've actually gone through the content. I haven't gotten through all of it, but I am going through the content. I didn't just get this course, this program, because it's really not a course. It's a community with a done for you vault, right? And then you can sell the community also. Okay, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. Okay, the reason you want to actually go through the content is because that's going to actually help you sell it, right? That you are the product. Okay. And that's why I love this branding module so much, because you are the product. Okay. And you, in 2024, there has never been a time like now where you can use free apps like social media apps, right? You can use free resources like Google Docs. Okay. You can use Chat GPT. You can use Perplexity. You can use Microsoft Copilot, right? There are so many free AI softwares out there that you can use, along with free apps like Google Docs, like social media platforms, and you can create an income from not only home, but wherever you are. And even if you have no inclination of ever starting your own business or monetizing yourself in your life, you still need to learn principles of marketing and digital marketing in 2024. It is no longer an elective. It is definitely a requirement. And here is why. When you go to apply for a job these days, especially if you don't already work at that company, you are competing sometimes with 10,000 different people. 11,000 different people. And I'm telling you what I've heard from HR experts that I know, as well as what people are sharing who work in HR online, right? Some jobs, they, especially like for the work from home remote jobs, they literally have 10, 11,000 applicants per job. And that is why before you can barely even hit submit, you're getting that reject letter, because their AI, their algorithm is knocking people out. I always give the story of how when I worked in insurance and I sold life, accident, health insurance, annuities, and other financial instruments like mutual funds, right? And when it came to life insurance, because this was one of the oldest companies that sold life insurance, and they were very conservative in their underwriting, right? They had 3 questions. If you answered yes to any of those questions, there was no need to even fill out the rest of the application. Though they were called knockout questions, right? And that same thing is being applied to online job applications, and y'all just don't know it, right? If you answer certain questions wrong, you immediately, the software, it will even often let you complete the application, but as soon as you hit submit, I mean, by the time you barely hit submit, you get the rejection email that they're not interested, right? And so I say all that to say you have to learn digital marketing so that you can be competitive, right? So that you can compete, literally, right? So that you can not just compete because your body of work, your resume should be enough to compete. But unfortunately, in this world that we live in now, there is technology. So the employers are almost, they have the advantage because they have what more people are looking for than they have positions available. and that is jobs, right? Especially when it comes to certain fields and certain type of jobs. And so like your work from home, customer service jobs, and that they get thousands of applicants. So, it used to be that it was about who you know, right? But you can still know someone, but you still got to go through the same process as everyone else, which is getting that application submitted. So you need to know marketing for your resume. You need to know marketing for your cover letter, right? And you can use AI to help you with those things. I taught my daughter a process, and she had more job offers than I've ever seen anybody have in recent times, because I taught her how to use AI and marketing to really make her resume, her application very appealing. And she was very down on herself. She was thinking because she didn't have a college degree. And I told her, I said, no, you've got licenses. You have insurance licenses. So you have more power than you think. You should even actually be asking for bonuses and extra stuff, and don't just accept their first offer. You need to counter their offer, and you need to also get like even ask for more vacation, ask for more time off. You can ask for more more benefits, right? I've had jobs that actually paid my health benefits for months. Okay. So that is why you want to learn digital marketing. Okay. There's a vault in here. You'll learn digital marketing, right? Let's look at what's inside the digital marketing. There is, the Reels guide, Real Rich, content planning, how to repurpose content, content strategy, batching content. What type of content should I post, right? There's video training in here, right? So there is some video training in here, but everything in here does not come with a manual. Okay. And so that is why the mentorship that I offer with it is really cool. Okay. So there's information on reels, hooks, hashtag, and SEO. So there's digital marketing training, right? Keywords are actually a part of your job search. People don't realize that. You need to have certain keywords. You need to figure out what keywords to put in your resume, and that's one of the things I helps my daughter with. Okay. Content inspiration. So looking at who is out there in marketing that you can look at their content and not steal it, but get inspired by and make changes and make it your own. Okay. The content vault. There are over 40,000 done for you pieces of content that you can use and modify as your own. So this isn't content that you can sell, but it's content that you can use in your own marketing. So there's promo flyers, reels, content reels, captions, where to find more faceless content is all in there. Okay. So, and then there's the done for you vault, also known as PLR, private label rights, right? So that is going to have, look at all of this done for you. Look at everything in here that you have the right to actually customize and sell. Okay. And here's what I'm going to say about that, right? And in my really, truly honest opinion, I would just rather sell the full program than to be customizing a bunch of stuff and putting it up and selling it. But yet there are people who do it. There are people who do it, because for me to monetize any of that, DBA is really like the lowest price point I like to deal with at $111 and $200 in the year 2024 of our Lord, when, rent is what it is, when food is what it is. DBA is really the lowest price point that I like to have in my offering. So to sell a digital product for less than 111 is not something I personally and professionally am interested in, but you decide for you and your business. Okay. So with that being said, for me, it's better off for me to just sell the entire thing, and then people can pick off from it what they want. Okay. It's a bundle, right? You can get this full vault of, in here is everything that it also comes with. That's just me. But there are people who go in and they pick out pieces of this and they sell it. And that's, entirely their right. I see people selling things anywhere from like 37 to like $67. I personally would not buy a $67 ebook, but that's just me. There are people out there who do, right? I would rather buy something like DBA and learn branding and learn digital marketing that way, and then have the ebook as part of it. That's why I don't really mess with things under $100 for my price point. Okay. Automations. So if you've ever been on IG, for example, and you saw someone who said, if you want this, drop lipstick below, and they're still live and talking, but yet you get a notification that you got a message. That happens because of little elves. No, I'm just kidding. It happens because of automation. Okay. And so we teach you how to set that up. So what you're hearing is you're getting the essentials of business, but then DBA, as we go through what's included, we will begin to help you to specialize and explore and specialize. And volume 2 is definitely heavy on the exploration and the specialization, because what DBA is about you creating cash flow, but it is not the be all end all, right? Anybody, that's what happens with MLM and direct sales and network marketing. They always talk to you about multiple streams of income, but once you choose their income stream, the only other stream they really want you to have is your own job. That's really the only other stream they want you to have. And I don't know about you, but that's a problem for me. And DBA is not like that, right? DBA is not a jealous God. DBA is saying, hey, here's how you can monetize and begin to generate cash flow. And by the way, here are some other things that you can take that cash flow and invest that cash flow in and turn it into some additional money. So your money is working for you, right? So you can invest it in a beauty business. You're going to learn, credit and business credit. You can get into affiliate marketing, but you can also invest the earnings that you're making into Airbnb, for example. Okay. You can learn and start your own Airbnb business. And no, you don't even actually have to own property. A lot of people don't realize that you don't have to own a property to have an Airbnb business. Okay. We always say the DBA community is like a family. So we work together, people pray together, work out together, get fine, get fit. There are weekly live Zooms, and those are recorded and you get access to those. And there are some bonuses. Now we're moving into what is coming tonight with the launch of Volume 2. Email marketing and MRR mastery. Oh, and I'm noticing some things are changing, because there were some other things that were marked as coming soon and they're not here. So the product is getting ready to launch. Volume 2 is getting ready to launch. So you can see here, the beauty business module is worth $111 on its own. The credit module is worth $111 on its own. The Build a Bomb brand is worth $997. I'm here to tell you, I could sell that module myself for $2,000. I could easily sell that for $2,000. Easily. Okay. So, to get all of this for only $111. And by the way, you're going to get module 2. You're going to get volume 2, and volume 2 is loaded. It is only 25. It is 25 modules. So if you want to see volume 2, drop a 2 in the comments and I will show you volume 2, because volume 2 is sick with it, right? When I say this product was created to serve an underserved market, that's exactly what it was created to do, to serve an underserved market. Because there are courses out there that are like $500, $400, $600, $900 that people have bought with the hopes of being able to sell them, and they have not been able to sell a single one. Okay, they have not been able to sell a single one. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to show you some of the wins that are happening inside of DBA. Okay, let's get over here. And we're going to click on share your wins. Woke up to $666. Happy July 1st. 5 DBA sales in 12 hours. 23 sales since 5 p.m. yesterday. Y'all, let me actually, there's 8,000. We hit 8,000 members. This community started like May 3rd or something like that, and it is at 8,000 members. Okay, so you take 8,000 times $111. We're talking almost 900, actually, yeah, almost $900,000 in economy that DBA has created. Regular everyday people. You don't have to have a formal education in marketing like I do. You don't have to have experience in marketing like I do. It just so happens to be what I love and am passionate about and love to do. So 8,000 members, right? And it's very possible that we hit, the way people are rolling with this, it is very possible that we will hit 10,000 members before the end of the day. So I'm not going to be sitting on here live talking to y'all because I am not in the business of convincing people, but I have a list of people that I got to get to and make sure that they don't miss out on getting volume 1 and volume 2 for only $111, because I think y'all need to really understand that the yesterday's price is not today's price. So when this volume 2 goes live, it is going to be $333 to get both. Okay. So you want to actually get in now and get volume 2 for nothing additional, right? You'll always be able to get volume 1 for $111. But if you want to get only volume 1 at, when this goes live later this evening, you're going to end up, when you want to upgrade to volume 2, you're going to have to pay $222. Okay. When you could have a few minutes earlier joined for $111 and gotten both volumes 1 and volume 2. Okay. 40 sales in 10 days, over 45K within the last 60 days. Okay. To create your own courses and products, right? And actually we're selling done for you. We're selling done for you. I just made my first sale. Okay. I just made my first sale. I'm so grateful to be a part of DBA. I felt day after day, I just wasn't doing enough, but God made my first sale. Hey, everyone. So I'm still on the 9 to 5 trail, but I've made my site live within the last week. And this morning I made my first DBA sale. First sale, just made my first sale. I'm absolutely loving DBA. 44 sales in 1 week. Right? Now, that is not guaranteed. It's not even normal, even though it might sound like it reading through this. But you got to remember, I'm reading through the people who came forth, right? There's over 8,000 members. So I can't sit here and pretend like it's normal to get 44 sales in a week. I can't, or typical, right? What's going to be typical is going to be typical for you. It's going to be based on your talent. It's going to be based on your influence. It's going to be based on your network. It's going to be based on your time that you spend on this. It's going to be based on the effort that you put into it. Okay. So I can't tell you that you're going to be like this person and make 44 sales in a week. What I can tell you is if you buy the product, you actually begin to learn what is in there and you actually apply it. At some point, baby, you're going to make some sales because it is a viral product. It is a high converting product because remember, that is the formula. A high converting product and traffic, right? So the reason people are able to make 40 sales in 1 week is because they have traffic. They have the high converting offer. They may have already had the traffic and then they added the high converting offer and now boom, right? And the great thing is DBA will teach you how to generate both, how to, it is the product, but it will also teach you how to generate the traffic with the content. Okay. So check this out. So got into this yesterday at like 10 p.m., had my first sale within the hour. So they're talking about 10 o'clock last night and about 4 hours ago, they made their first sale. DBA is hot. This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot. I need to stop. Okay. Got my first leads, right? And the community is so supportive. First DBA sale. The first of many. Let's go. First sale in 6 days. Here, let me show y'all this screen. Okay. First sale within 60 days. Okay. I got my little mini tripod with me and I will mess my setup up if I try to get my iPad to show y'all on the screen. So I have to show you from the laptop. Okay. Started June 24th and 2 sales already. First sale in 6 days. Thank you. I have had DBA for about 3 weeks. I have gotten into and made 2 small commissions with TT Shop affiliate. And I also got my first DBA sale. And this was last night. Okay. First DBA sale in less than 24 hours. 7 sales from Threads today. 1,700 with DBA in 2 days. Okay. So you want to go to the link in my bio, and it is the third button there. Do not wait until the webinar. Once that webinar hits tonight, DBA is definitely going to hit 10,000 members today. I can tell you that right now. Okay. DBA is going to hit 10,000 members in the next 24 hours, because here's what happens. When you join DBA, you're going to get an email, and that email is going to instruct you to send proof of purchase to an email address. You're also going to set up your school account, which is the software that you are viewing the community in right here. Okay. And so the reason they do that is because you cannot sell DBA for less than $111. If you try, the only way for people to access it is to get into the community. So when people get into the community and they show that they didn't pay $111, they're not going to get in. And when they figure out who it is that is selling it for less than $111, you're going to be banned and you don't get a refund. Okay. And that's why it's important to read the start here so that you learn and know that information. Okay. And so I tell you all that so that you understand that after tonight's webinar, and people are moving and selling this like crazy right now, right? There is going to be more people than they can handle to let into DBA. And you might end up being unsatisfied because you're going to be so excited and you're going to have FOMO and you're going to want in. Okay. So that means that the best thing to do, this is not hype. This is not FOMO. This is for real. You want to get in and join now. You want to get in and join now. And there are multiple people. There's a whole team of people letting people in. But this community is growing at an insane clip. Okay. It's absolutely wild. Okay. So let's look at volume 2. I know I have it up somewhere. I have so many tabs open. It's crazy. Okay, I found it. Okay. So let's open and show that. Okay. So this is the preview of DBA. And you can download this. The link is in my bio. It goes through a lot, but we're going to go to a specific page. Okay. Okay. So this is everything that is in volume 1 and volume 2. Okay. So everything with volume 2, you get everything in volume 1. And I've already gone through that. Okay. Plus Pinterest, LinkedIn, there's a faceless module, there's a men's module, there's Shopify, Printful, drop shipping, webinars, Master Manifesting University with Kenny Morgan, funnels and AI marketing. Remember what I told you about AI, okay? Y'all got to stop being scared of AI, okay? It is not AI that you should be worried about taking your job. It is not AI. Who you should be scared of taking your job is the 16-year-old Josiah who is in DBA, who's a member of DBA. She's 16 years old and has made $2,000 with DBA, right? That's who you should be afraid of. You should not be afraid of AI taking your job. You should be afraid of the people who are learning AI and digital marketing. That's who's going to take your job, right? And it doesn't matter that you don't work in digital marketing. I cannot stress that enough. It's going to be the person who understands digital marketing in order to make themselves stand out that is going to take your job, right? It's not always the best product that wins. It's the best marketed product that wins. And if you are naive, like I was for so long in corporate America, and you think your work, your hard work, and your results is enough, I'm here to tell you it's not. It's not. Oftentimes it just don't even matter, right? I mean, the don't even get me started, the mediocrity in some of these places. Okay. So, funnels and AI marketing, you want to learn that. Advertising, life insurance, taxes, content that converts, MRR mastery, TikTok shop, UGC for beginners, become a travel agent, email marketing. There's even a Spanish module, YouTube, stocks for beginners, social media monetization, how to become a virtual assistant, selling digital products, and KDP. Okay. And so here you've already seen this, what it looks like for volume 1. And here is what volume 1 continues to look like. And that now we're going to move into volume 2. And these are going to go from black to they're going to light up red tonight at 7 Eastern time, right? We're going to have a webinar and you are welcome to join that webinar. It is free. But you want DBA, you already want to have your receipt for DBA prior to that because it is only $111 for volume 1 and 2. By the time the webinar opens up, it is going to be $333 for both. Okay. So you will see she's going to light these up in red live on the webinar. Men in marketing, funnels and AI marketing, master manifesting. There's going to be a German module, a Spanish module, a French module. So hear me out. People are joining DBA from all around the world, and that is why you are getting modules in different languages. Okay. Becoming a travel agent, email marketing, UGC, which is user generated content. That is brands paying you to create content. It don't matter engagement. It don't matter any of that. You are just strictly being paid to create the content because that is what today's market responds to. They're not looking for highly manicured and pedicured content. They're looking for content from real people like themselves, right? And the brands are paying real people to do that for them. TikTok shop, master resale rights mastery. So selling done for you products. There's a faceless module. DBA preview, KDP, selling digital products. You're going to learn how to sell digital products, how to become a virtual assistant, right? Social media monetization, stocks for beginners. And the person who is, who has created that module, she makes like $20,000 a week, so, you know, with stocks, right? Now, I got to tell you, that ain't guaranteed. Stocks are not guaranteed, right? So as a formal financial services professional, I gotta do my disclaimers, right? Yeah, you know, you can lose money in the stock market, right? And stocks are really a long game. It is not a short game, right? So if you're a person who's going to invest in stocks and you lose your portfolio loses $5 in value and you're crying and running for the hills, you might not want to invest in stocks. I'm just going to be real with you, okay? But the whole purpose of that being in here is so that you not only learn how to generate cash flow with the done for you products, but then you can take a portion of that and you can reinvest that to have your money work for you, and not just with stocks. You could create a whole new stream of income by becoming a virtual assistant, right? You can learn, you know, how to become a travel agent. You can start and build a beauty business because you have all the information and the tools and the resources right here from within DBA. Webinars, okay? That's how I got started online, was webinars. I would go live on YouTube and I would, you know, set up. I mean, y'all got it so easy these days with digital marketing compared to the things I had to do like 10 years ago, like 2013, like, you know, learning to set up landing pages and embed the link so that people could watch the webinar and all so much more elaborate, so much more work than what people have to do today. Okay. If you are someone who is short on time, but you want results, you can learn advertising. You can learn how to get in front of more people and use paid platforms to do that, right? You can learn about taxes. And we're not done yet. There's Printful, which is print on demand. There's Shopify, Pinterest, making money passively, learning LinkedIn. Okay, so if you purchase volume 1, volume 2 is included, but only for a few more hours. It is going to eventually open up. And when it opens up, you got to pay separately for DBA2, for volume 2. Okay. So who is DBA for? It is for you if you want to learn high income skills. You understand what it takes to invest in the future. You want to spend more time with your family. You can buy back your time, right? Brooklyn, the creator of DBA, always suggests that you price DBA to buy back your time, right? So if a day of work, if you would earn before taxes $150 for a day of work, she actually suggests that you price DBA at $150. Okay. So that way you're buying a day back, because you know what? I've been there as a highly educated woman making good money, a single mom. I've been there where I still had more expenses because kids are expensive. Living outside is expensive in 2024. So I get it. I've been there where I had more expenses, or it was tight and I just wanted more room. I wanted more money. And when you work salary, they'll make you work more hours, but you ain't gonna get more money for them hours, and your bonuses ain't guaranteed, right? So in working where I drove 45 minutes each way to work, that's an hour and a half. There was just no way I could get a second job. So this concept of buying back your time, buying back a day, so you could even, nobody's telling you to go out and quit your job, but you could work this system and end up in a situation where you could actually cut down on your hours at work, buy back more of your time, right? You're willing to do what 90% of others aren't willing to do to become successful. You want to start your online business. Are you tired of tired of feeling stuck in a box? Want to get paid online from being yourself? Okay, I've told y'all, there has never, and I mean ever in history, been a time where it has been so easy to be able to, oh my God, my booty getting tired from sitting on this stool. Okay, it has never been so easy to use free apps like social media apps, to use things like Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, right? So I talked about this last night. There was a girl who I saw on Threads who was sad because she lost her Stan account because she couldn't afford it. And I don't even know the pricing for Stan because I don't use it. I use TapLink, right? But she lost her account, right? I think I've heard it ranges from anywhere from $29 to the pro account is $99, right? And I don't know who she got started with, but I know it wasn't DBA, because that's what she wanted to do, was to sell these higher courses like so many people do, so that she could buy DBA, where she should have started with DBA, because you can get started with DBA for only $27 with Klarna or Afterpay, right? You can get started with DBA for only $27 on a 4Pay, right? So she had to lose her Stan account. Whereas had she started with DBA for only $27, if she were one of these people that made their first sale within the first 24 hours, or 2 or 3 of them, she could not only pay off her DBA, or she could then have the money, because Stan Store gives you a 14-day trial where you get to try it for free. So the race is on during that 14 days if you don't want to pay for Stan, because every time someone else opens their Stan Store and they sign up for the monthly pro, you actually get $20. So it takes 5 people and your Stan Store is free, right? If 5 people join with you and they sign up for Stan Store, the pro account, you get $20 each month. So your Stan Store is basically paying for itself. And then like my girl Jakayla, because her content is so fire, her Stan Store is free from Stan Store just because she's so awesome, and they added her to their ambassador program, right? That is the power of digital marketing, right? And that's what I say. Like, there is a mocktail bar downtown that they've been talking about how they've been struggling for some time, but they're actually closing their physical location. And I'm going to blame it on they don't have the marketing, right? Because there is a 100-plus-year-old restaurant in town that is a great pizza and Italian restaurant. A food critic from YouTube came and visited their location, And for months, it was difficult to get in there and eat, right? People will travel to you based on what they see online, because your digital footprint, your digital presence will go well beyond your local footprint. Okay. The vast majority of people that I have had as customers, and I've sold hundreds of thousands of dollars in skincare and beauty products, right? I took a lot of flack when I left my career with a double master's degree for starting one of those little makeup businesses. But that's because people's minds were smaller than my vision. My vision understood that there were at that time only 1 billion people on Facebook. Well, there's more than 3 billion people on Facebook right now, right? These apps have hundreds of thousands and billions of people on them. So you can do business with people that you otherwise wouldn't normally do business with. So even if you are a local restaurant, a local establishment, people will drive. I was on a call. I did a presentation to a group in Eau Claire in early May. And there was someone on there who spoke about how there was a couple that came from Kentucky to visit their location because they'd seen them online. So they knew that there were two places that they had to go when they went to Minneapolis, to Minnesota. They wanted to go to the Mall of America, and they wanted to go to this place of business. That's the power of digital marketing. And not only that, you can sell merch. You can sell merch. So even if people don't visit your local business, you can still sell merch. You can sell digital products. You can sell other things by creating and opening up that additional income stream with your online presence. The businesses that are killing it, no matter what is happening in the economy, it is because they have digital presence, right? There are, everybody knows me, knows I love me some tacos. I love Mexican food. It's almost getting to the point, it annoys me when I see some good looking tacos and they're halfway across the country. I can't go run it and get them today. It really bothers me, right? Because I want them, right? And so there are restaurants that are on my list when I visit certain places that I have to go to because their IG feed makes everything look so delicious, right? Your job, you need marketing skills to be able to stand out and brand yourself on your job. And if you are getting looked over for promotion and opportunity in your job, the first place you got to look at is your results. You got to look at your branding, right? And if you have those intact, like I did, and you're still getting looked over, then you need to move around because they just don't like you. Okay. But if you've got the marketing in place, you've got your branding in place, people know who you are and they know what you can do, what you're about. That is how you get opportunities, right? All of my promotions, all of my opportunities in a very toxic work environment actually came from somebody tapping on my shoulder and saying, hey, I want you to apply for this. And it was because of my branding. It was because of my positioning. So to think that you don't need marketing in 2024, I'm just going to tell you, it's wrong. And that's why I always recommend to people, I don't care what you're studying for your undergrad, throw business admin on there because you're going to need to take a marketing course, right? Throw business admin on there. You can go and you can take marketing courses, all kinds of places, but why pay thousands of dollars when you can get DBA for 111? You just go to that third link in my bio. I'm sorry, the link in my bio, and click the third button. Okay. So DBA is not for you if you don't want to put in the work. If you think you buy a product and let it sit on the shelf and it's going to sell itself, I'm here to tell you that ain't going to happen. If you want quick, fast money and think this is a get rich quick scheme, I mean, don't get me wrong. Nobody wants to make money slow, but I mean, we do got to be real here. Okay. You aren't willing to change your mindset and grow. You give up too easy and have a negative attitude. It's not for you. Notice it didn't say that you need a certain education or certain experience or any of that, right? I will say you do need to know how to navigate like the the web and do some basic tech things. And if not, you can pay people and get that as a service and get that done for you. Okay. So what makes DBA special? If you don't want to create your own digital product, choose from, it's actually, I think, 150 done for you PLR products, like this side hustle playbook, like the ultimate reels guide, digital playbook, video editing ebook, crediting and funding ebook, and we also give you captions, right? How to create a caption, done for you captions. So there's a content vault with over 43,000 reels in there for you to use. The content vault alone is worth well over the $111 for DBA. You can get started for only $27 with Klarna or Afterpay. And I'm going to say this, I am not in the business of convincing people. I'm not, right? Because if I got to convince you to join, I got to convince you to not try to get that refund. And that's too much heavy lifting for me. That's not my ministry. Okay. My ministry is to help 100 families make their first $1,000 online. And you can do that with DBA. Okay. I always forget the right way to say it, but it's simple, not easy, right? You buy the product, you learn the product, and you do what the product teaches you to do. You get the support. You're not in business by yourself. You're in business for yourself because there is community. We celebrate you, right? If you're sharing your wins, we're celebrating you. I've never shared a win and not had anyone, congratulate me. Okay. That's where I am so far with DBA. I joined DBA a little over 2 weeks ago, and that's what I have made. So I'm not just here sharing other people's successes with you. Okay. I'm not here just sharing other people's successes. I have had my own success. And I'll be honest, it's about time for me to get off of this live because that number should be more. Okay. And the reason it hasn't been more is because I've been out here live preaching the gospel. When I got a whole ready and willing buying market over on FB, I just got a notification. I made a post, a curiosity post, and I've had 2 people respond so far this morning. So let me send her a message right now. Okay. I'm going to tell her I'm actually live right now. Let me find the link for the live and send her that. There's so many different ways, and I love that they're including a module on that in volume 2, right? I also have BPU, which is Business Pro University by Matt. Okay, and let's talk about Matt for a second, because Matt reminds me of me. Matt has a lot of the same style. He has a very strong corporate experience like I do. And then there's also some vast differences. Like obviously he's a man and I'm not. He's from Mississippi, so he's got a strong Southern accent. So Matt is awesome. Okay. He's the creator of BPU, which is Business Pro University. He has a strong background in wireless sales, right? He was part of a $19 million launch. And so he looked at the market and he saw all these MRR, master resale rights courses in that. And he didn't just come out with another MRR course. He actually came out with a course that fills in the gap, right? That actually teaches people how to actually sell MRR. And it is phenomenal. And I bring up Matt for a couple of reasons. One, as a course creator, because I've created my own courses, as many of you know, like Pin Profits Mastery is a huge seller. Pin Profits Mastery is an amazing course. But when I decided I wanted to really make the most out of this app, TT, before and if, whatever happens in January of next year, I wanted to make a run for it because it is a great growth platform. And my leads and everything have been up since I have focused on this app, right? But I was afraid, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was afraid that my $555 price point for Pen Profits Mastery might be too much for, you know, the average person on TikTok, right? And I also knew, because it was a colder market, this is more so coming from not an affordability standpoint, but